sunny skies and tropical temperatures high around 86
Hi
degrees.
guys,
Make sure to
we're
catch
getting
the
ready to
forecast
go on
beginning at
air.
4:30 on Good Morning
I got my
Metro.
fro up, but I got to put this headset on. So I'm going to put that on. So there you go, Nisi. She got a hairpiece on today, y'all. She's trying to hide because she doesn't have a protective turban under. I've told her on you, so don't worry about it. We're going to get past her today. We're going to ignore Nisi today.
There you just roll your eyes, Nisi.
Yeah, roll my eyes at Nisi today.
I'm waiting because I don't see it, Lisa.
She's an hair doctor.
Ooh.
Trichologist Lisa Akbari. Paging the hair doctor. Paging the hair doctor. Paging the hair doctor. Trichologist Lisa Akbari.
Hi there, everyone. Your hair doctor is here today for you. And oh my goodness, what the old people used to say, she has worked my nerves today. That's Nisi. Oh Lord, she come in here with a hairpiece on. Yeah. And with no protective turban underneath it. Oh, she's going to make me create a new show. Y'all know Nisi, our social media queen, our social media manager, but she is just acting up today. And I'm just about to go on air and I just can't, I don't know if I could deal with that, but Lord, I'm going to have to pull it together because, woo. Okay, only because I've gone through this with Nisi and she's had hair problems and we've got them fixed and she's doing so well. And I'm so proud of her in so many ways. I mean, she's got Girl Trek. Is it Girl Trek?
Yes,
And she's getting all these folks registered to vote, these young folks, millennials. You know how hard that is. And I just love her so much. And I'm just mad at her right now because I just can't think about it. But today, we're going to talk about hair products, okay? You guys are always wanting to talk about hair products, but I'm going to tell you, we're not going to talk about formulas. So I don't want all of your kitchen products, you kitchen chemists, and all you folks out there who are going to start listing all of these products, all of these ingredients. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is I want to leave you with some great takeaways so that you can kind of do your own homework and just really, really look for things based on some things I'm going to say today. We're gonna kind of break this hair product up a little bit, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to put it in factors, because with factors, then you can point to the right direction. And one of the reasons why I'm doing it this way, because I need to do this in lay terms. I mean, I'm not a chemist. You're not a chemist. Yeah, I work closely with the chemists, and I do help formulate many of my products. I determine what the hair looks like under the microscope if certain raw material is on that particular product, like natural, unnatural. What does it do to the hair? Is it protecting and preserving the hair? Is it keeping the scalp clean or acidic or stimulated? What environment is it giving the hair? Do all of that. And my chemists will always say, hey, I can't even make a product without you, Lisa. And I feel, okay, the feeling is mutual, of course. And I do things in the lab. I make some of my natural products. So I get it, guys, when you are in your kitchen and you're trying to make products. And plus, I mean, let's face it, you've been left out there alone to come up with what's best for your hair, because some of the manufacturers out there for many years did not really support natural hair the way they should, until they realize, wow, this is a multi-million dollar. And maybe that's not the only reason, but the demand. You demanded it, so now you've got some things. So with that being said, it's going to be about hair products, and I've got a great outline and I'm excited to get to it. And as I said, we're going to break it up into factors, and I'm going to share those with you in just a moment. But we want to talk about last week's show. So we just kind of recap hair color. I mean, it was an outstanding show. I was so excited because we got a chance to talk to many folks about their hair and their color experience. But we also talked about ways that you can actually wear color and not lose your hair, because so many people are afraid of wearing color and, losing their hair. But we were able to go through that and talk to it and help you understand the difference between permanent, temporary, and semi-permanent, or temporary, semi-permanent, and permanent. So it was a great show. But today we're going to talk about hair products. So the earliest known use of shampoo really was like in the 1500s. Isn't that crazy? And it was started back in India. People used to use these things called the pulp of like soap. They call them soap berries, combined with herbs and flowers to clean the hair. And I was actually on a trip years ago to Jamaica, and our tour guide said, "Hey, let me show you something." And he got these leaves from this tree, and he said, "Okay, watch this." And he put water on it, and he rubbed it together, and it actually created a lather. I was so amazed by that. So that helped me to understand that when we talk about cleaning our hair naturally, it is a way to do that. So there are just a lot of things that we can do, and we're doing with our own company. It really inspired me, and it helped me to understand there are things that I can actually do that can help to keep things natural, because let's face it, our hair and scalp really responds better to as many natural things as possible. With that being said, you can have man-made items, ingredients, and I'm going to do some videos later on as I move into really September, October, on my product, and just kind of go with each ingredient. And I know you guys have been waiting on that, because I get emails all the time saying, "What are the ingredients? What's in it?" And a lot of it's trade secret, and I've been really protective of that. But I just want to kind of share a lot of that with you, so you can understand what's happening with my product. And I do believe in some of the man-made ingredients, and I'll tell you why when I do that particular video, and I'm so excited about it. But you look for it in September and October. Okay, but think about it. Some of the things that we found in Europe, hair products weren't really used they weren't made for home use until around the 1800s. And most people shampooed only once a month. And it didn't matter if you had straight hair or kinky hair or whatever, no sooner than once a month. And a lot of the reasons why is because of what the shampoos were made of. It was announced in 1908 in an article that it was fine to shampoo your hair every couple of weeks. So people thought, okay, this is great. That's a big announcement. And we still were talking about people with naturally straight hair, because we weren't really at the table when a lot of these hair products were made. And what I mean by we, that means people of color, or women with natural kinky hair, or women with chemically relaxed hair. At that time, it was pressed hair more than anything. And then shampoo was like in this bar, and it was really like soap. It was in 1927, liquid shampoo was invented. Then in 1950, the first synthetic shampoo was made. And in 1963, the first anti-dandruff shampoo was produced, which was extremely dehydrating to the hair. But of course, again, a lot of these geared toward oily hair, straight hair, and that's what was, a big problem. Then they started adding perfumes to the shampoos, and then the first rinse-off conditioner was made somewhere around 1963. So, but those are pretty much some of the history of how shampoos were made. But the shampoos that were made from back in the early 1900s, and actually those shampoos were made from things you wash your clothes with, or even clean your floors with. So it was really hard for us to really use some of those shampoos. So this is something that's really interesting. And this kind of helps us to understand why so many folks like our parents and our grandparents and their parents were really afraid to shampoo our hair. They thought it would just dry our hair out because a lot of things were really too harsh and the pH was way too high, just off the charts. Let's look at some statistics. The global beauty market is projected to reach about $265 billion in 2017. So think about this. The hair products, health and beauty aids, really, it's just off the charts. Hair products leading the way. Just $265 billion is projected for 2017. In 2010, African Americans, or Americans in general, spent about $33.3 billion on beauty products. Wow. So it was just a really big deal. And think we make up a small population, but we were spending almost half of that, African American women, men, and for our children as well, were spent. And so, but we made up what, 11% of the population. So that was a big deal. So that's what we have to understand. We have a market here, and hair products are a big deal. So we need to be careful and choose them carefully. So let's get to what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about, and my phone lines will be open. Oh, I've got a phone line going. Okay. Hi there and welcome. Oopsie. Hi and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. We're talking about hair products today. Do you have a question for me? Hello. Hey, you have a question for me? Hi there. Welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. Do you have a question for me? I don't think they can hear me, Mark, because she hung up. So I can hear me loud and clear, but I don't think we can. We're going to try it again. Another phone, and we'll drop that call. Hi, and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. Do you have a question for me? Hi, who is this? I know it's Anita. Hey, Anita, how are you? Nisi, Anita said hello. Nisi's in the corner right now. She doesn't get to talk. Nisi says, Anita. All right, I know. You know, we like to include Nisi, but Nisi is in all kinds of trouble right now. She looks gorgeous now, by the way. I know. Well, see, Anita, you have to understand, Nisi has beautiful natural hair, and I helped her to get to this point, and she was just, oh, my hair, and help me, my hairline, and blah, blah, and she's there. And then she comes in today with her added hair, which looks gorgeous on her, but she didn't do the protection. She didn't protect her hairline and do those things. And she said, well, it's just... But you know what, Anita, she didn't think I was going to ask about it. See, she didn't think I was going to pay attention. But anytime somebody comes around me with the hairpiece and I have helped them, especially, I may not say nothing if I haven't worked with you or help you. But if I work with you, like I know, and this is my friend, oh, yes, I'm going to say something. She just slid right in here.
That's too much on my head.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear her. I'm glad.
Anita, she said you're not supposed to make those mistakes. You're around the hair doctor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Anita, helping me get her straight. She won't do that anymore. I don't think.
But shoot, I don't know all this stuff on my head.
Sure. The shampoo's what, Anita? What did you say? And that's a good question, really. And we okay, those are great questions. Yeah. Nisi, she said, bye, Anita. She said, stop being bad, Nisi. Thank you, Miss Anita, for helping me get Nisa, because I thought I was alone with that.
No, you're not
Okay.
alone.
All right. So Anita had some great questions, and we're going to address that today. But I want to go on and move that kind of up the front line, because she did ask that question about products. Products, it does make a difference. I remember seeing, watching an interview on Oprah where this one lady said that, hey, all products are the same and it doesn't make a difference what you use. Well, in a sense, shampoo is a shampoo and it's designed to clean, but you have to make sure that there's some integrity there. The product is clean. Those are things you're going to hear me talk about. So sometimes you can go in a salon and you can purchase a product, but that product is no different than the one you purchase over the counter. So what you have to do, and these are the things that we're going to talk about today, you want to first look at, why do we need to have a shampoo? So Anita, hold on. By the end of the show, I'm going to have all of that answered for you. You're going to feel really good about this answer. Okay, so the shampoo, yes, we need a shampoo. Why is that? Because we need to make sure that our hair and scalp is clean, so that if we clean our scalp properly, we can be negative bacteria from developing, disease-causing bacteria from developing on our scalp. We can also help with our hair by keeping our hair free, so that we can get our deep conditioning, and conditioning is crucial, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. So when we clean our scalp, we're going to keep our pores open, keep the mouth of the follicle open so the hair can emerge properly. We will keep that clean environment so that we can resist negative bacteria, pathogens, disease-causing bacteria, and then we can condition better with our hair. So that's important. Shampoo is just simply that. It is to clean the hair and prepare it for whatever else you're going to do to it. And so it's crucial. Okay, now we're going to talk about how you deal with shampoos and whether or not a shampoo is good for you, or how do you know the best shampoo. And I'm not going to turn you guys into chemists, but I'm going to really talk to you about ways to watch your product and make sure that you're using the right product. So with the conditioner, why is a conditioner important? Simply put, a conditioner is important. And I want to kind of back up a little bit. A shampoo is not only necessary. What's important about a shampoo, and where do you use it, or what is it used for? It's to clean the hair and the scalp. Now with a conditioner is a little different in that you want it to be skin friendly, because you don't want a conditioner that's not clean and won't help the scalp and won't that will clog the pores of the scalp. But you want to use a conditioner primarily for your hair, but it needs to be scalp friendly. So it needs to be where it can rinse clean. Once you condition your hair, you want to be able to rinse it away without feeling that icky, filmy substance on your scalp. So that's important. So when we think about conditioners, let's talk about deep conditioning versus instant conditioner. What is deep conditioning? How often should we deep condition? What is instant conditioner? So we have to look at those things. Now, my phone lines are open, and I didn't even give you the number, guys. I'm so sorry. The phone lines are open at 901-535-9342, and that's 901-535-9342. So it's really important that we get through all of these things, because I think I get so many questions, and this show will be something that'll be archived, so you guys will be able to go back and share with your friends and your stylists and people like that are involved with you with your hair, as well as individuals that you just want to bless that way. Okay, so deep conditioning. Deep conditioning is important because deep conditioning helps to repair the hair. Your hair, many cases, your hair is going to go through different changes based on its environment. If it's cold or if it's hot. If it's cold, the moisture levels may drop. The hair cuticle, just like with your skin, you can get like something like a windburn, but it will just dry out your hair, because hair is not actually skin, but it's made of the same types of protein that skin is made of. And then you want to deep condition because you want to balance the hair, because that's the only way to truly balance the protein and moisture levels. So you've got this delicate protein and moisture level within the hair shaft that must stay balanced in order to protect and preserve your hair. We're going to talk about protecting and preserving a little bit more. So with that, a deep conditioner is going to give you protein, so you're going to have stronger hair, and it's going to give you moisture, so you'll have hydrated hair. That allows you to manipulate your hair, change it around, do certain things to it, comb it without it breaking and literally falling apart. So deep conditioning should be done at least once a week, because then you know that you've got this balance every week. And if you have to shampoo more, you can do an instant conditioner. And we're going to speak about that in a second. Now, also deep conditioning should be stepped up if you've got added things like chemicals, like color, relaxers, permanent waves, things like that. Why? Because this breaks down the cortical fiber. It goes in there and rearranges things, and it's going to, within the cortical fiber, you have these strength bonds, and these strength bonds hold the hair together. And so with those bonds, you have the deep conditioning is going to help to keep that hair cuticle intact. So all of that, the bonds of the hair are just solid. Now, conditioner is cosmetic, so it's very surface. It's not going to go into the cortical fibers unless they're exposed. And generally, when you chemically treat your hair is more exposed, your cortex. So deep condition is important. And at least once a week, twice a week, if you're chemically treating your hair. The other piece is the instant. Instant is 60 seconds in the shower. When you're going to shampoo often, like you're going to deep condition once a week, but then you can instant conditioner, you're shampooing, rinsing the shampoo away, making sure all that water, excess water, is kind of rinsed or wiped away from your hair. You keep a towel to the side, just kind of blot, and then put conditioner on. Finish your shower, 60 seconds, you're ready to rinse that away. Now, what does that do? Some of those traces of the conditioner will do small repair, not like deep conditioning, but it will do some repair. Okay, so that's going to be crucial as well. That's important. Deep conditioning, you understand, at least once a week or twice a week if you have chemically treated hair. And instant conditioner can be done every day. If you're swimming, sweating heavy, those kind of things are real important. All right, so leave-in conditioners, crucial. Now, leave-in conditioners are important because we do so many things to our hair. So we're like flat ironing, oh my goodness, we comb and brush, we manipulate our hair. So leave-in conditioners give you that little bit of extra elasticity. It kind of covers the hair, but you need a clean one. And the way you know if the conditioner is clean is by rubbing it in your hand, your leave-in conditioners, your leave-in products. And when you, especially your leave-in conditioners, you rub them in, and then once you finish rubbing them completely in, they go right into the skin, and it's as if, oh, my skin is softer, but I don't really feel any residue or traces on my skin, which is actually pretty cool. So that's how you really know what's going on. My phone lines are open. We're here with Ask the Hair Doctor, and we're talking about hair products. If you're just joining us, and thank you so much for tuning in each and every Sunday. I'm here, right here in the WDIA studios and iHeartRadio. So our phone lines are open. You can call 901-535-9342, and that's 901-535-9342. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, so we have, let's go back to our topic. And we were just talking about leave-in conditioners. So I said to you guys earlier that I was going to break up these hair products into factors and why are they so important. And yeah, we're going to get to oils and moisturizers and those kind of things, but I want you to understand the factors. The factors of your product are important. I break them up into three parts. You have the care factor, the support factor, and then the style factor. Now, what does that mean? We're going to talk about that as soon as we come back. We're going to go to our phone lines now. Hi, and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. You have a question for me? Hello there. Welcome to the show. Do you have a question for me? Yes. Excellent question. Excellent question. I think that's one of my questions. Will that stain my hair too? Yeah. Okay. So okay, you want to hang up and I'll answer? Okay, sure. Okay. All right. That was an excellent question. The caller wanted to know what's the best shampoo for gray hair, white hair, um, and conditioner. And the thing is, you want clean products, and I'm going to talk about that as we move on. Clean products are products that don't have a lot of stains and fillers that are hard to rinse out of the hair. With white hair and gray hair, it's like a canvas, and you have this clean canvas, and things can stain it really easily. So when you have a lot of products that have these stains against them or in them or fillers, they will stain the hair. I would recommend a clarifier, and I'm going to talk about that as we move on into speaking about shampoos a little bit more. Clarifier, and you want to make sure the pH is 4.5 to 5.5, and that's with every shampoo. And you want to make sure that that shampoo does not have like any red dye color or anything like that, because even if it's plant, it would cause a problem with staining your hair. So you just want to look at the product, and you can really see it. Like our shampoo has a almost clear green. It's just really light, our shampoo, and it really goes on. It shampoos the hair, cleans the hair, and it does not cause any problems with its staining. Conditioners, just the same with everyone. You need protein and moisture. You need to have strong, hydrated hair. On my website, I have products that you can check out. I have a product, cleansing, clarifying, and balanced shampoo. That's the shampoo, and the deep penetrating protein and moisture and stabilizing conditioner is what I recommend. Okay, yeah, I'm picking up my fro here. Okay, all right, so let's see. Now we were talking about factors. The first factor is care. Now when we say care factor, what I mean is we want to look at your hair and talk about the health of your hair, and we want to think about how we're going to care for our hair. So whatever you use in that factor has to address that particular thing. And so that's why I categorize it that way. So with care, that's how your hair, the health of your hair. So you have your shampoo and your care factor. The health of your hair is going to be determined by how clean your hair and scalp is. You have your conditioners. Your conditioner of your hair is going to determine how strong your hair is, how hydrated your hair is. And then your leave-in product has to kind of go in there with the care, because those are things that are going to support the hair, literally hold it together and make it healthy. So once that's been addressed, then you're ready to do the other things to your hair. Now, why did I think it was important to do this or say this or break them up into factors? And the reason is because what happens, we start having problems with the way our hair style, and we think it's something wrong with our shampoo. Well, that may be the case because it may be dehydrating, but that's really a style factor. So we have to look at, are we doing the things we need to do with our style piece before we start blaming it on our shampoo, for example. So that's why I broke it up into factors. Now, with that being said, the care factor will be your shampoos, conditioners, your leave-in products. Then we look at our support factor, and then our style. So let's skip support and move over to style. The style determines how your hair looks. So the products that you use will be determined by how you want your hair to look. What image do I want to project? Am I trying to wear frizzy fro? And those of you who are online, I'm trying to open it up. Yeah, there we go. That little 70s part there. If you want to wear frizzy fro, or if you want to have more definition in your fro, or if you want to have your naturally straight hair or relaxed hair. You want to wear it wrap, or you want to wear it roller set, or whatever you want your hair to look like. Then you address that. Now, most of the products that you're going to find for natural hair for care factor style will come from, say, your moisturizer lineup, and I'll mention those things. You have if you want definition, you want a very dense moisturizer. You want one that's going to give you almost like a sculpting moisturizer. I have one called Naturally Textured on my website. Absolutely love, but I never recommend that unless you use a product with the other moisturizer called Hydration. Because when you think about natural hair and you start using these dense moisturizers, you need to use something that's going to raise your moisture levels so that your hair is soft before you start this style. So that would be more for your natural hair with the style factor. Then with chemically treated hair or naturally straight hair or permanent wave, then you're looking at setting lotions and hairsprays. But you got to look at how clean they are. And you don't want anything with a high alcohol content. You don't want any product that when you put it on, your hair is really stiff and it swells your hair, like some of the mousse. The mousse will swell, and if it swells, the cuticle is going to dehydrate. So be careful with that. Setting lotions that harden the hair so that it'll hold for days, those are really bad for the cuticle. And what will happen, you'll end up drying out, because those products have now, at that point, they have begun to set the cuticle flat, keep the moisture levels you would think in, but it's really drying out the hair. You tend to sit in the dryer longer than you should, and then the moisture levels drop even more, so you dehydrate. So you want products that when you set your hair, when you finish, the hair is still soft. So if you use a setting lotion and that setting lotion causes your hair to hold, then you need to be able to put it against your finger against the hair, and the hair comes back out and just, kind of spring out. It doesn't just crack and snap and break. Those are all indication there are problems. And I've treated many short hair syndrome patients because they have this hair and they comb through these spiral curls, or they thought their hair was going to be okay and they slept in a bonnet for a week, and then they decided to comb their hair and to shampoo it, and their hair broke, and so now they got all these tears and breakage, and they've developed short hair syndrome. So you want to make sure that your products do not take your moisture out if you're wearing relaxed hair or permanent wave hair. And the same with your hairsprays. And nowadays they're not as many, and this will date it one way or the other if I say this, but I'm going to say it. You have to see the styles. Spritz was huge for years, and then it became less popular, and now it's coming back. And so it's going to circle around of the generations, but you just have to determine if I'm deciding on a holding spray, then I want to look at something that's going to not to dehydrate my hair. Now, we have not looked at our to see if we have anybody. We got a chat. See, Niecy, thank you. Niecy, you can let me. You can let me know. Are we over there? Are you pouting? She's not pouting, guys. I think Anita and Niecy's over there pouting because we've been fussing at her. But she's so tough. She's gonna care. But she's gonna care. She's gonna care. Okay, so we're talking about hair products. So let's go in here and let's get a chat, because I think we've got somebody asking some questions. And we don't want to. She's so tough. She's gonna care. There we go. Let me mute me out. Okay, so we have light hair products don't work on my hair. Why? When we talk about light, that means that you're wanting your hair to do what? And my hair is so weak now that I started a diet. Are there these two things related? Wow, that I start. Okay, first, light hair products. When you talk about light hair products, are you meaning products that don't hold your hair in place? Tell me clarify that for me. And then when you say your hair it's gotten weak? Does that mean that it became weak after using these products? Or you started the diet at the same time and you're asking that? So come on, give me a little bit more, Maria. And I'm going to try to get that answered for you. But I will tell you, let me just kind of address all of it, because that may help someone. So with the light hair products, if you talk about holding, then if your product is something that does not hold well, then you need to look at how you're dressing your hair for bed, because you shouldn't expect a hairstyle to hold several days. You need to pin curl your hair or do something to hold your hair. You shouldn't expect the product to do it, because when a product is going to hold your hair into a style, in many cases, is going to dehydrate the hair. If you're using something that holds the hair in style, just like I said earlier, and you're sleeping on it in a bonnet or you're doing these things, then sometimes you may end up with your layers peeling and separating. Then you lose that, you would create these tears, and then you lose that amount of elasticity required to hold your hair together. So you end up with breakage. Now, whether the two are related with diet, this is how you'll know if your diet is causing hair loss. Then you are going to lose that hair completely from that follicle. So what you want to do is collect your strands. And if you have strands that have that little white club-like tissue on the end, which is called a hair bulb, then that is going to indicate that that is coming from your scalp. And that means you may have a problem with something within the body systems that's causing you to lose hair. With that being said, you want those strands red, because we want to see if this is natural shedding or if this is premature shedding, like you're shedding when you should be growing. So a trichologist such as myself, you can actually go on my website and you can look under strand reading, send those samples in, and then I will read your strands and tell you if that bulb, if you find mostly bulbs, were in the anagen stage or the telogen stage. That means this hair should be growing anagen, or it should be shedding telogen, and what percentage, and what's going on. And at that point, we can start thinking about an endocrinologist, somebody or your primary care physician, someone who can help you with special tests for that. Okay, and also my book, Every Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair at Any Age. I feel terrible because I was supposed to start that reading like 2 weeks ago, and every week I'm not doing it, but this week I've got to, right. This week I am definitely going to start. But in my book, Every Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, I talk about supplements and things that should be in your diet in order for you to really support your hair follicle. And when your hair follicle has the right support, that gives your diet what it needs in order to have your hair follicle functioning as it should. So that's the better chance. But there could be other things, genetics. There could be, oh my goodness, hormone. So we want hormonal. So we want to find out if we're shedding or if we're breaking. But until we find that out, then you're going to feel, oh, I don't know, it's maybe product, it's my diet. You'll just feel crazy and you'll just wonder. So we don't want to wonder. So if you're not near me or in my city or state, I'm going to tell you, I have people travel from everywhere. Last month, I had a lady to come in from Nigeria. Yeah, and I have someone else coming from London next month. So we have people that come from all over the world, but if it doesn't make sense for you to come that far. If you're out of state or country, then just send those samples. And we're going to work through this. And I'll do video answers for you. I'll do all kinds of things. Anything I need to do to help you, Maria. But give me some comeback questions or give me some comments so I can try to sort through this with you, okay? Because that's what we're here today, is talk about that. This is so crucial. Thank you so much, Maria, for that question. My phone lines are open if you're just tuning in. I'm Lisa Akbari, Trichologist Lisa Akbari with Ask the Hair Doctor today. And we're here each and every Sunday from from 6 p.m., 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know, Nisi always throws me off when she's trying to get these candid shots of me. It's like, and I have to smile and look at her with her beautiful hairpiece on, which no protection underneath. But, you know, I'm Nisi, stop talking about that and don't think about that. Okay. She's going to get Mark on her side in a minute, and then I'm going to really be in trouble because Mark's my friend. Okay, Nisi, take the picture.
No, I wanted to get you on video.
Okay. Oh, I'm on video. Okay, cool. Well, we can get on video and we can just talk about you. Okay. Okay. So thank you, Maria, for that. And we're going to go back. And again, like I said, if you're just tuning in, your questions are important to me. My phone lines are open at 901-28. No, I was about to give you the wrong number. 901-535-9342. That's 901-535-9342. And I got to say this again. Nisi actually looks gorgeous. But I'm not going to excuse her just because she's looking fab. Yeah. We're still going to talk about her. Not having her, if you're just tuning in, she has a beautiful hairpiece on. Added hair is gorgeous. And she may not want everybody to know that. But okay, Nisi, I don't know. I didn't even ask. I just lost my mind for a second. But she doesn't have a protective turban. And so let me tell you guys what I'm talking about. You need to, if you're going to wear your wigs, they're gorgeous. It's a beautiful expression. And it's like your little buddy. When you shampoo and condition your hair and you don't want to style it, it's pretty cool. But you need to wear a treatment turban underneath. It's like a thin, not the stocking cap, but a thin nylon turban. And I can just, we need to bring one next week, Nisi. Remind me so I can show everyone what they look like. And you can email me and I'll send you one. Those of you said, yeah, I'm with you on Nisi and not having her hair protected. I'll send you one free. So come on and tell me you support. I love her too much, and I know how far she's come with her hair, so I just can't let her by with this one. So, okay, let's go back to topic. Stay on topic, Lisa. Okay, so we're going to go back. We've been talking about the care and the style. So what's the support factor? Okay, we got to go back to our phone lines. When we do that, when we finish this question, we're going to talk about the support factor. Bye. Okay, so now back to our phone lines. Hi, and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. Do you have a question for me? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I see. Okay. Okay, well, let's talk about that first. So sensitive scalp. The question is, and you said that your daughter has sensitive scalp. She gets a relaxer and she can't keep it on very long. She starts to burn and she starts to have problems and she gets this flaky stuff that looks like psoriasis. And what you want to know is, should she have some special treatment for her hair and scalp or for her scalp? Well, the sensitive scalp comes from a damaged scalp. If you have a scalp disease initially, then you have to get that stable and it can't be flared up or a chemical will affect it, especially something like psoriasis. But if this came about once she started using relaxers, then the relaxer itself may have caused the problem because of poor application maintenance of this relaxer once you get it. Because when you get these chemicals, your hair is an appendage of your scalp. So you're going to touch your scalp. So you have to make sure, one, look at how often she's having her relaxers. Is she having a relaxer she needs to wait 10 to 12 weeks, and you said that she waits that long. And then you have to make sure that she's shampooing and conditioning her hair and scalp. She needs to stay within that inside of 7 days on cleaning. This other thing is she needs to make sure that she look at what she's using. She has to use a shampoo that has the pH of her hair and scalp, and we need to stay at 4.5 to 5.5. You can look on my site. I have hair nutrition for little girls of color, and all of this is there, but I want to kind of just talk to you about it so the others out there who heard this question will benefit. Then you also want to look at where I am right now. I have problems. I am not able to get it under control. So yes, I would say she needs to have this treated. You have options. She can go to her dermatologist if you believe that this is something that you think may require medical attention. But I always tell individuals who say these things that you should see a trichologist, one who uses a handheld microscope, and let them determine if you need to see a dermatologist. Not all flakes are equal. So it may be something that's just a negative buildup of cosmetic, environmental, or scalp pollutants. It may be where it's solidifying on her scalp. So now she's sensitive because when her skin stays really polluted, and a polluted scalp, it may be wasting salt there because of perspiration under this pollutant. So now it's got a really sensitive, thin scalp. So we need to see what's there. And once we do, then, yes, ma'am. She needs to, well, here's the deal. I can't tell. There are two options. There's a medical and there's a natural. Sometimes you can do medical and you really need it to do natural because it's about hygiene. It's about caring for the scalp a lot better. And then so you get these meds, and the meds will help with certain problems. But if it's something to do with her poor scalp care and hygiene, then the meds really won't help long term. So I would say trichologist first, because the trichologist will be able to tell you which direction. Do you need a dermatologist, or do you need to have a better home care, salon care, or in clinic with a trichologist regimen? Okay. Yeah, so it just, okay. Okay. Okay, and you want the relaxer to straighten the hair. I understand that. But here's the deal. You're saying that she didn't have this problem prior to get her relaxer. Once she got a relaxer, she still didn't have it. And over a period of time, she began to have these problems with flakes, and then it burns almost when she puts it on. So you want to know really what that is. And that's, again, this comes back to what I mentioned earlier. Most likely she has developed a sensitivity to relaxers, and that just means she's become damaged from the lack of proper application, proper care, and maintenance once she had the relaxer. And so you have to get your scalp ready and keep it in a certain condition for your scalp to be able to withstand that connection that your hair allows it to make when your relaxer is being applied. Because the hair is dead keratinized cells with no feeling, but your scalp is only, your epidermis is dead. The dead cells, it's a protective, this is sentinel. But what happens, your epidermis just wears away over a period of time, and then you have this basal part right before you start to bleed or ooze. It becomes exposed or partially exposed. So the pain receptors are now responding. So that's how you become sensitive to a relaxer. So that's why. So yes, I would say, see, are you local in Tennessee, or are you in another? Okay. I would definitely recommend that you, you're welcome to come into my clinic, and you can call 901-380-4445 and schedule 901-380-4445 and just ask for a hair and scalp analysis. And the thing is, I'll have the monitor there, and I'll be able to differentiate what this is. Like if it's cosmetic in nature, is it scalp, is it environmental, what's on her scalp that's flaking. Then we'll be able to say, okay, this is something that's going to require medical attention. You're going to need to see a dermatologist. And if from there, we'll determine if we can treat this natural, or we will be able, you have to see the dermatologist. And that's what you want. You don't want to buy a bunch of product and then not get the results you want. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, what a concerned mom. That is so cool. She's concerned about her baby's hair, and I get it. But we've just got to think about these chemicals, guys. And that's why you have this flight, this running away from chemicals, because people are just sick and they're tired of burning with these chemicals. I've got a sensitive scalp, but it's just a damaged scalp. Okay, so we did get off track a little bit from our topic, but this show is about you. And you're here, and your scalp, and your daughter's here, and your son's here, you're here, and whatever. So the questions will be about you and your hair and whatever you like to talk about. But we're going to get back to that support factor. Now, what is the support factor? The support factor, we've talked about care, how the health of your hair. We talked about style, the way your hair looks. Now, support. The support factor is in the middle. And support factor supports your care, the health of your hair, and it supports how your hair looks. So let me give you some examples. What products would be in the support factor, which is the two products we're going to talk about next, moisturizers and oils. Now, moisturizers are going to keep your moisture level up. It's going to help you retain your moisture level. It's going to keep your hair soft. It's going to keep your hair from getting brittle and those things. So moisturizers are products you can use every single day, where you wouldn't use a conditioner that you would rinse out every day, but you can use something like a moisturizer every day. And remember, I said your leave-in conditioner, sometimes you can use them every day. So sometimes they will lean over into the support products, especially with natural hair. We tend to use more, like I use a leave-in product that I have called Hair Vitamin. Love it. It's a leave-in conditioner, and it supports my hair. And it also keeps my style. So especially the days I want to, like today, when I want to wear my frizzy fro. Okay, so then you have oils. Oils are going to help two things. Seal in the hydration. And it's going to also lubricate the hair and the scalp. So it can, one with the hair, it's going to give it shine. And with your scalp, it's going to give your scalp that it's going to seal in that hydration over that epidermis. Your epidermis can hold up to 20% of its weight in moisture, a healthy epidermis. So oils will seal that. So if you say, well, I have a dry scalp, well, after you shampoo, condition, rinse your hair, and blot your hair dry, you can oil your scalp lightly, depending on your hair, how while your hair is wet, or right after you dry your hair. And then and it's basically do it after you rinse your last conditioner off. And basically what it'll do, it'll seal in that moisture, so your scalp won't be as dry. So it's wonderful. So those support the way your hair looks. So your hair looks better if it's healthier, and the sheen, if you have the moisture, and all of those things help. So moisture and oils are support products, and they can support how your hair feels, the health of your hair. It's going to support how your hair looks, the style of your hair. So that's why I break it up into care, support, and style. So when you're having a problem, if my hair feels dry, then that is a problem with you needing what? Moisture. If my hair looks dull, that's a problem of you needing some type of sheen. But you always want to try to fix it and do those things that support, but you want to kind of fix it really. It totally gets fixed when you deep condition. So think about those things as well. And as we rush through the rest of this, and remember to keep clean products. Clean products. Remember, all of your products need to be clean. Now, what does that mean? That means when you put a product on, one, if you shampoo, that shampoo needs to rinse clean, and you should have a squeaky clean when you finish to your hair. Remember back in the day we talked about squeaky clean? Yeah, it's important. You don't want a rough, dry, brittle. Now, I will tell you this with shampoos. When you use a shampoo and it's a clarifier, and you know the pH is 4.5 to 5.5, and your hair feels dry, then all that has done is put your hair at what clarifying means, at a pure natural state. So then if your hair is dry after clarifying with a shampoo that's acidic in reaction, 4.5 to 5.5, which is how your hair is, the pH of your hair and scalp, then you know that you just need to continue your deep conditioning process. And then eventually, like when I shampoo, my hair still feels hydrated because, and I have the squeaky clean, but I don't have the rough, dry, brittle. So keep that in mind. If your hair is damaged or you've been using a lot of heavy leave-in products, then once you get to your deep conditioners have not been really working because you've had these leave-in heavy products, so your hair never got quite clean. So now you haven't had that support. Now you're trying this new regimen and you're going to use clarifiers and it's got the pH and then your hair feels dry. So you get scared, you get spooked, and you said, oh no, that shampoo dried my hair out. That doesn't mean that. It means that it puts your hair at the state of health that it really is. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so then we want to start thinking about, I mentioned the care and the support and the style, the moistures and oil clean products. So we want to make sure that when our product is put on, it rinses clean. When our conditioner is put on, it is rinse clean. Our hair should feel softer. And again, that depends on if you've had some extremely damaged hair or not. Okay, let's go back to our phone lines before we wrap up the show. Hi, and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. Do you have a question for me? Hey there. Hello. I'm well, thank you. Welcome to the show. Do you have a question for me? Now, see, every Sunday, you guys, I just love y'all. Stan, you know this is your group. Give me a few more minutes, okay? I will be off the air and out the way, okay? You guys are so funny. All right, love you. Bye-bye. She was looking for Mr. Stan. Stan comes on right after my show. And he's great. And his audience loves him. And they're like, look, is it time yet? like the commercial. Is it soup yet? Are we there yet? No, it's not time for Stan yet. I got a few more minutes. Okay, guys. Okay. All right. So let's wrap this up. So Stan, we can get out of Stan's way and he can, Mr. Stan, Mark Stansberry. Okay. All right. We got 4 minutes. Mark said we got 4 minutes. Okay. Let's see. So we're going to talk, let's get to some questions. And there's something on here that I think we did on celebrity, because a lot of times we miss celebrity news. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. We've got to talk about this one because this is kind of funny. Morning show segment with a blogger. She was a hairstylist. Now, she had 3 different folks. She was, styling their hair and doing their makeover. And one was African-American woman. And she had about these 1-minute styles she was going to do. And I got to tell you guys this. I know we got to call her. Hold on, caller. I think I'm going to get you as well. And what she did, she put some products on her hair, and it was like some kind of mousse or something. Well, her hair actually looked worse than she started. And then it made her hair really dry and brittle. So keep in mind, be careful. Next week, we're going to talk about choosing a stylist. So that's pretty cool. Let's go back to our phone lines. Hello, and welcome to Ask the Hair Doctor. Do you have a question for me? Okay. 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 As it relates to her daughter, she wants to know how often should she oil her scalp, and she wears braids. Well, number one, you need to shampoo at least once a week, and you can oil her scalp every other day, and you want to oil it between the braids on her scalp and then oil on top of the braids. But prior to that, you want to use a leave-in conditioner. I have a braid program on my site, and that can help you a lot. So be sure to try to look at using that particular program. It's lisaakbari.com. And then she wants to know about shampooing her hair and using henna on her hair, and will that help? And I think she was saying that dehydrating the hair, she wanted to make sure it wouldn't. Henna is a product that can It's earthy, it's plant, so your moisture levels will drop. So you just want to make sure you're moisturizing with a hydration. And this is the product I'm going to recommend. Henna will cover your gray hair. It will cover the white part. It may not cover the darker part, but it will cover the white part. But you want to use some product we have called hydration daily, and then you want to deep condition weekly, and you should be fine. Okay, so we've had some great calls today, guys, and we have about a minute left. Again, like I said, we're going to talk about, we didn't get to our questions, but we're going to get to those next week. But next week, we're going to talk about hairstylists, choosing the right hairstylist. You know what? That's going to be a great show. All right. So let's see. I think we're about to wrap it up, but we had some questions about struggling with dry scalp and recently deciding to transition and just a whole bunch of stuff. But you know, guys, my email address is lisa@lisaakbari.com. If you want comfortable with your answers of your questions, please email me and I'll send you a personal video response. And so you'll have clear answers, because sometimes the shows are really kind of rushed a little bit. And also yes, we need to wrap it. Okay, so also you can call me 901-380-4445 at Lisa Akbari. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Guys, sorry I didn't get to everyone's questions, but thank you guys so much for the show. Let me get my fro back down. You know, and I do have to apologize to all of you too, because we have not started our everyone's guide to beautiful hair at any age. And I want to definitely do that. We've got to get that done this week, because we're going to start with week 1, chapter 1. And I'm so excited about it. It's just been really crazy. But keep those questions coming. Thank you guys so much. To God be the glory in Jesus. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to see you Thursday. Now, remember, it's a new date. It's Thursday for our blog. It's my cyber reading. So tell your friends, and it's always archived. And I'll be here next week for Ask the Hair Doctor on WDIA and the iHeartRadio, WDIA Studios and iHeartRadio. So thank you again. I love you. To God be the glory in Jesus. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, and a wonderful week.